HiPipo Women in FinTech Hackathon is one of those very few initiatives where you see women enthusiastically coming out to showcase their prowess and their ability to develop and design instant and inclusive payment solutions, as guided by the Level 1 project principles and leveraging Mojaloop as a blueprint. And today has been very exciting and fantastic in so many ways. One, because I've not seen any team or a gathering, a cohort of this kind, all get excited for anyone winning, like I've seen in this year's Women in FinTech Summit.
I'm really excited to be part of this. First of all, it's my very first time to be part of Hackathon, so I'm really excited to know what there is in store for me. First of all, to learn a lot in the tech space from the different experts that we shall be interacting with, to also interact with other women in FinTech and other men also. There are a few men around also participating. So networking with people that are passionate about the same thing that I am passionate about, and also to have improved in my skills of software development, because by the end of the week we shall have a minimum viable product of total sales. So I'm really looking forward to an exciting learning experience.
Excited to be back again. And then the first hackathon really prepared us, because the first time we came to the hackathon, we were not really prepared. We didn't know what to expect. But now we know what to expect. We know how to carry out all the required tasks. So we hope that in this hackathon, we are going to be more on time and deliver all our tasks on time.
To thank HiPipo for the opportunity. Us being students, this is really a great thing to our education, concerning that since 2020 we've not been schooling so perfectly like before. This really keeps us in the loop, so that even if when we get back to school we are not too green. So it's really a very big opportunity from HiPipo to us.
We are very grateful for the people at HiPipo and what they've organized for women in tech. Sometimes when we take for granted that there are very few women in technology, sometimes you work with women and you assume that out there's so many women in technology, but you come to these events and actually informs you that there are fewer women and we need to do more work to encourage women to get into technology, especially fintech. So we thank HiPipo for organizing this event, and we're going to use it to the best that we can and give our best to ensure that the products that we develop here are actually doing good in the world even after the hackathon.
Last time we managed to be part of the top 10 teams, and this time around we are looking forward to getting the top prize. And so we are really grateful for the opportunity that HiPipo is giving us to be able to showcase our talents and also to inspire our fellow students back at school. I happen to inspire some of my friends to join the hackathon that is ongoing right now. So I have some of my friends that are inspired to be a part of it. So I'm really up and grateful.
We hope to learn, because it's also my first time being in such a hackathon, financial technology development. So I hope to learn to use different AIPs and also the business part of it.
I'm glad to be part of this Women in FinTech Hackathon. Why? Because I'm still a student, and I'm a student doing software engineering. And one of the things I have been able to participate into, like opportunities that I've come across, this is one of a kind. And me being part of this team that is helping out the community solve the problem that they have been having as ladies in the community here in Uganda, it's a good opportunity for me also to be part of the learning, networking, and discovering what I can do.
We thank HiPipo so much for organizing such events.
I expect to learn a lot, and also to meet up new women who love code and tech, to make new friends in talking about the social network, and also to gain from those who have made it.
We as Team Affinity, we are excited to come back for season 2, as we were here last year for season 1.
We're excited to let you know that we are part of the Women in FinTech Hackathon Season 1, and we are back for Season 2 due to the teachings and sessions that we enjoyed in Season 1. So in Season 1, we focused more on the MVP, which is the minimum viable product, whereby we created MVP was for just linking the farmers to the potential clients, the clients being the final consumer, eliminating the middleman.
Our hopes for the next week is to make sure that we produce the most valuable product. Also, after the competitions, we hope to continue with our idea to enable people actually enjoy their circles. I thank HiPipo for giving us this opportunity to develop our idea.
First of all, I'm into all things women in tech. I am here for women growing and thriving in technology in all its various spheres, yeah? And for my case, this is like the one thing I have not done in tech, attend a hackathon and participate in one. But most of all, I wanted to improve my technical skills. My soft skills have a good standing so far, and I'm really having fun with people so far. But what I wanted to add to myself and to other people is the passion that I have for women growing in technology. Given that we win or we do not win, I will have taken away a lot from myself, and I will have given a lot to others as well. First of all, I'm really grateful to HiPipo for this opportunity that it's extending to women, and especially in fintech, because it's not something you find common around, because you'd find anything else about tech but not fintech exactly. And fintech is something that's growing and continuously iterating. I'm grateful for this opportunity because I get to grow, a lot of other people get to grow. I mean, I'm glad to be part of the second iteration of the competition. $5,000 on the line, but who knows who will take it home. Maybe it's us, maybe someone else, but
We are a startup just beginning out our journey. We have the idea and we just came here for funding. We have already documented our product, though we've not yet built it. So if we are here to gain skills from the mentors that are going to be provided to us, to also learn from other teams and push our thing to the top, because we know we are going to help a lot of people when you do this. A lot of people are really set back. Border guys, retailers, market vendors, Omuntu Wawansi, those are our people, and we are going to invest in them. As a student, I'm excited to be part of this. And why I'm really, really interested in this is because right now, you cannot be assured of a job when you finish university. When I start right now, I'm in my third year. If I start such a thing that is helping other people and also helping me earn something for myself, I'm a private student, I pay my tuition, my parents help out, but I work an extra mile to, this is going to help me. It's going to first of all boost my morale for my love for programming. It's going to help me push other people, the small businesses in particular. That's the largest population in Uganda right now.
I'm so excited to be here at this hackathon because it's a great opportunity to learn. We've been learning a lot about financial technology, which I didn't even know about. By the end of this hackathon, I would have gained enough skills to develop more financially inclusive things, like our teachers should be able to access their banks on a USSD code, because we realized that they have issues accessing internet. You need a smartphone, someone needs to learn how to load data, but with the USSD code, everyone can access financial services, which is our main target.
I'm really excited for this opportunity, and I would like to thank HiPipo for really bringing women on board to be part of the problem solving in their communities. So as we look at our community and see the challenges in the financial sector, and we are part of the problem solving, it's really inclusive, and we are owning these solutions, and they are going to support and solve problems that are real, that we are seeing, and they will be used by real people. So I really can't thank them enough. I'm excited. Let me wait to see what the hackathon brings and how we come up with so many solutions.
My coming back for the second time, it means that I benefited from the last FinTech. So if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. So this is so important because we get to meet people we have already seen on TVs. They are busy. You cannot even make an appointment to meet them. They are not there. But when you come here, you get to be, call it like they pump a lot of knowledge into your head, the shortest time ever. And you get to interact with the people who have dealt with real life problems, and they have solved those problems. And they are telling us, we started like you, we had nothing, we knew nothing, but we are here and we are where we are because we persisted. So they encourage us, they give us hope, and we also get encouraged. So I had to make sure I'm part of this FinTech because I benefited a lot last time. Now, the fact that I did it last time when I had a fracture, was on crutches, It means now that 90%, I need to still go back to the scan to be sure that the bone is intact now. Yeah, but I will give it all it takes to do better than we did last time, because now I'm on 2 legs, not 4 anymore.
It's not only improved our visibility, it's also opened doors for synergies. After the 40 days 40 FinTech, we had people calling us to see how they can coordinate with us. One of them was a logistics company. We've been having issues to ferry our produce from the farmers to our buyers in the city center. So we already have openings of synergies of people who participated in the FinTech space. And we believe this is going to help us expand our business, to get more knowledge sharing among players. We really appreciate to be part of this summit and wish HiPipo the best.
HiPipo has something about including everyone. I don't want to just develop a solution for myself alone, but make sure I can bring others along. For example, Kuzimba Services alone caters for many professionals in the engineering field, in the building field, in the construction field. And HiPipo has this platform for including everyone, not just the male participants, but even the female can do something. For example, I think women are good with handling money, and HiPipo gives them that opportunity to come on board and express the skills that they have beyond just having the men on board. And I want to commend HiPipo for that, for encouraging the women to stand out, the women to come up with their ideas too. And it's not just about the winning of money and all this. They follow you up, as in what happens to you after. I just want to commend HiPipo.
As in Moments, we are seeking to improve ourselves as a team by making sure that during this period we do our work faster. That will help us in the future so that we can deliver our products faster in real time. And we also want to grow ourselves and learn from other different people, because there are people who have come up with solutions that are similar to ours, and we can get ideas and mindset ourselves to get better knowledge from them, because we can't know everything. We also look forward to growing our establishment and giving more employment to different people, in brackets, women. We'd like to thank HiPipo for giving us opportunities every time that they host something. They always give us an opportunity to showcase what we've done and what we have managed to accomplish. Like last year, that's when our journey began. We had an idea. We knew that we wanted to start PesaJet, wanted a FinTech product, but we did not know how to start. Being part of the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon, the very first one, we were able to learn from different people, get different experiences, make ourselves better. That's how our whole team came up. We got a developer. Everything was just perfect. We got to learn about Mojaloop, which we are trying to encrypt into our solutions every now and then. HiPipo is really great. We also took part in the 40 Days 40 FinTechs program, the second one this year, and it was amazing. We were one of the 40 participants. The summit was really great. We just enjoyed everything. We got to connect with different companies and got very many opportunities. So we would like to thank HiPipo from the bottom of our hearts, because they keep providing opportunities for fintechs like us and very many others.
What we hope to achieve from attending the HiPipo Women in FinTech Hackathon and Summit is to firstly get exposure. We know that there's a series of mentorship programs and very qualified facilitators that shall be taking us through this program. So we hope to learn a lot from that. Aside from that, hopefully we wish to win the money. It will help us further develop our platform, at least update what we have currently, and facilitate maybe our office space and other office expenses.
I'm so excited to be a facilitator in the second Women in FinTech Hackathon organized by HiPipo and partners.
The first thing that's going to pull in any customer are your user interfaces. They should be very appealing and they should be very easy to use. So nobody wants to download an app and then they have to fidget finding a particular feature that they thought your service is going to provide. And then we also, in the prototyping session, we also talked about some of your teams that had congested content on some of the interfaces. That is not very appealing to a customer. They'll come, look at all these things and get confused, and they're like, okay? Even in cases where they would have tried and probably clicked here or pressed here because there is minimal content per interface. Yeah, so you also have to take that into account.
It's been a very exciting day, and I got to meet various teams of young ladies that are inspiring to cause change in the fintech landscape by designing several applications that are addressing several issues all over the country.
Learn to know where your customer is and position yourself in a way that they will find you, because once they find you, they are going to create a chain. Okay, even if it's just one person, she'll tell her friend, and a friend will tell a friend. They'll begin posting Instagram stories, Facebook statuses, and whatnot. Okay, you'll end up marketing yourself. The channels that you use to connect to your customers are also very important. Okay, you're not going to use a Facebook page for people who don't hold smartphones. That wouldn't make sense. They would definitely not find your product. They would not know about your product.
So as facilitators, we guided the teams on how to create problem statements that are very clear and concise, that capture the whole idea of the project, because we all know this is the ground level from like where they get to build the bigger applications that they are looking at by the end of the hackathon, especially the prototypes.
I'm very excited to be part of the Women in FinTech Hackathon, the second one. And I was there for the very first one, and I'm very excited that the teams this year are more. This year we have 17 teams, and we've had a very good afternoon together. And speaking about product management.
So a product manager in your ecosystem will have to be 4 things. At this point in time, when you're building your product, before you introduce them, that person is a subject expert. You are researching, what do other people have? What are other people selling in other ecosystems? What do they have in the fintech space in which you're trying to build a product? Now, under the growth stage, that person will be the growth hacker, making sure that you guys stay competitive. What should we add? What features? What should we keep adding? Okay. Then under maturity, we already have our customers. We are making our money. And then at that point, we just need to make sure that our customers are staying with us. They are using more. And we can find a way to keep them there. When we decline, we are solution seekers. That's the person who tells you, my friend, that product has to be sunset. It can't stay. Let's rename, let's do this, all those things. So a product manager is going to be very, very important in your ecosystem.
Product management is very important for them as they begin to build products afresh that are going to make it to the market. So I'm very, very excited to have seen some ladies who were there last year come back this year. They have really grown. Their products are better this year than they were last year. They have done quite some work in the last 1 year. They have been away from the program.
Then communicate internally. That is very important. Product manager, project manager, dev guy. I think in my ecosystem, I think I have spoiled the software developers, because the project manager must know what they are doing at every point. The project manager is the one who logs the issue. Okay? The project manager is the one who knows where all the bugs are. For real. Because the software person, the developer, you can raise your hand. Sometimes all they want to do is concentrate on the coding. That is basically managing your beta version, or what you call your MVP. So I tried something to put together. So I said I'll do about 8 to 12 weeks for the whole thing. So setting goals, write a plan, get it signed off. Why it needs to be signed off is that the whole team is in agreement. Remember I said we have different features, we have different things we are taking to market. People need to agree on the team. It's not that one person or the product manager, project manager has put together something and we agree. Everyone needs to agree. You need to go out, look for people, send agreements, notify them, then actually sit and do the program and then write and finish it.
So we have spent the afternoon together trying to design our products, trying to build them even better. And I hope by the end of this week, when they have to present their products and compete, they'll have built something great. But that won't be the end for them. We are going to be able to make sure that in the next 1 year, before we have the third hackathon, that these ladies have been equipped and their products are actually much better, and they have actually gone to market, at least to make sure that they are the ones mentoring the next group of women. So I'm super excited about HiPipo and what they are doing with women in fintech.
One key thing that I have stressed to the people that I've mentored today in the season 2 Women in FinTech Hackathon has been that they need to stick at it. They have to make sure that they see their solution through. They have to work hard so that they don't drop it along the way, because a lot of what they're solving, a lot of the problems that they're solving are going to be solving general problems like to do with health and education. And what we've seen currently in our system in Uganda is that we have very few women who are involved in the fintech space. We have very few women involved in coding and developing solutions. We have very few of them employed by fintech companies to actually do these jobs.
What I normally advise is just start with what you have. Even if you start with you putting the idea on paper, even if it starts with you talking to the next person about your idea and getting them to buy into it. So whatever you have to start. So there's this lady that I was talking to. She was a university student. She got to university, didn't have a job, and she looked for a job for a bit. She couldn't find a job, but she was interested in cutlery. But she didn't have the capital, so she was like, okay, I would like to set up a shop that just sells kitchenware. But she doesn't have the capital to do so. Doesn't have a shop. Has no money. But she started using what she had. So she's like, okay, but I don't have a smartphone. So what she did was to go downtown and she'll take pictures in Chikubo. So she went to Chikubo and goes to a shop and asks the person, how much is this sefulia? Then they tell her, then she takes a picture. So then she posted this stuff on Facebook. And then she told people, guys, if you want this sefulia, if it was 10K in the shop in Chikubo, she'll tell you, I can get it delivered to you. I'll charge you 20K plus delivery. People started ordering stuff from her because she had good taste. And normally she says that if you want her to deliver, she'll say, first I make 50%. And usually that 50% is actually the cost of the actual sefulia in Chikubu. So they send her the 50%, she goes, buys the sefulia, and then delivers it. Then when they give her the balance of the money, that's a profit. And that's how she started her business. To this day, she actually doesn't have any kitchenware. She's like the Amazon of kitchenware. So she used what she had. So what I would say that if you have an idea, just start with what you have and just take a risk and start out. You will improve it along the way. But unless you start, you'll never know what is going to happen. This lady may later on, become, a big supplier of kitchenware. All she still has is actually still a phone and an idea. And she has no rent to pay. But you can see how she's now created herself unemployment, creating herself an income. But imagine if she had that idea and didn't start and fear and say, you know what, I don't have the money to start, therefore I won't begin. But she just used what she had. And just, in a way, that's what you need to do when you have an idea. Just start with what you have, take a risk. If it works out, great. Even if it doesn't work out, you've learned. The other bit that I've been reading about is that a lot of entrepreneurs take failure. They say there's no failure in entrepreneurship. There are lessons. You should take everything you fail at as a lesson. Never ever take anything as a failure. Just learn from it. And so don't fear your ideas, take the risk, and then you start with what you have. And whenever you stumble, just take it as a lesson and say, okay, now I know better. I know better than someone who's never fallen into that ditch. I am more experienced now, and then you move on.
So what I want to really stress is for them to develop this skill, to make sure that they continue in developing their career, because as long as we don't have women involved in developing solutions that are addressing our society's problems, we will always develop solutions that are not really addressing the society's problems, or we will develop solutions that are too expensive for the general society, people at the bottom of the pyramid to access. And it's clear, studies have definitely shown that whenever you have diversity, a balanced team, you would develop solutions that are addressing generally the community. So, and usually also the problem is that if we don't have enough skilled women in this space, then people can't hire the women to be on a diverse team. So what I've stressed is that they have to use the skills, the knowledge, and the information that they've got here at the Women in FinTech Hackathon to further develop themselves, to continue with their career, to develop their solutions, to make sure they do not drop or do not just keep the skills and knowledge that they've gained here in their books and in their heads, but to use them to really solve society's problems.
Kazimba has presented an e-payment system, digital, in real time this time round. And as a person, I was here the last hackathon. I have really grown so much. Before, the tension was too much, and you would not exactly take in so much and then be able to produce something in 5 days. So there's little we could do. But now I'm a bit more familiar with the different technologies, the level 1 principles. You can see them coming out as you produce your product. I feel grown, I feel changed, I feel HiPipo, and this hackathon this time round has changed me. I love the interoperability principles, which I have seen, the include everyone. On our system, we try to include everyone, the different professionals in building and construction, the different clients, people who want to set up houses, and the different workers. So it's been quite an awesome experience, and I've really enjoyed my time. Yeah. So thanks to HiPipo and every person that has been involved.
Our experience with the mentors has been amazing. We couldn't have gone this far without our mentors. One of the experiences that has stood out for me is one of the mentors gave his example. He went to one of the hackathons, I think abroad, was it in Rwanda? And he looked, they had genius ideas. They were really great, but the one was like the simple one. And so he really directed us on doing things like that, it has to be functional, productive, and it has to give the users a good experience. We have seen that it's really something that is going to be beneficial to everyone, because as the systems are getting more online and people do not have to go everywhere to the banks or anywhere. So, everyone has a wallet somewhere. We have Airtel, we have all these money wallets. So Kazimba had to upgrade to that, and being here has given us an opportunity to do that. And we have learned so much doing the background work, and personally, me, just seeing the background work, the coding and all that has given me a good experience, because I'm a product designer. So kudos to my friends.
We also had to incorporate the Mojaloop blueprint into our solution, which will allow us to transact payments from different types of service providers.
So it was quite interesting for me to see that this technology actually exists. And it was a very big opportunity for me to pick it from such a place and such an experience. Altogether, it was really, really, really amazing for me.
Personally, I want to encourage the organizers of such functions, like many organizers of hackathons out there, just like HiPipo has done, and Mojaloop, Modusbox, and all these organizers. I just want to encourage you to keep doing these things. They motivate developers, because technologies die because of lack of developers to continue advancing them. Because now bank systems, if nobody has the blueprint of the code and no one can operate them, time reaches, the bank needs fixing, and then no one can, fix it. So I want to encourage organizers of hackathons to keep doing it. They are good. They help people get the grip of the technology and how to tweak it and advance it. So thank you, HiPipo. Thank you, Mojaloop and Modusbox.
Last time, we were so naive in that we didn't interact with many of the people and were so shy. But then this time, the mentors have really emphasized the point of networking, because we need to network in order to be good. Like, we need better people in our lives, because it's not good to isolate yourselves, and you need that positive vibe. And since we all have the same goal, to make our world a better place to live in, we as women and this gentleman and the gentlemen around, I believe we can do it by interacting and more of connecting with each other. We had 2 developers on the team, unlike last time, it was actually 1 developer. And so, yes, we were able to use that VPPI, which was a new feature that was integrated with Mojaloop. So we're able to use it this time around. Last time, it was a smooth journey because we were using Africa's talking as our interface, but this time around we had to develop everything, right from the interface to the back end, hosting everything, and our developers did a very, very great job in doing that. And so we are really optimistic that our product is going to help so many people, most especially the people that the NGOs help. These are people that are living in the worst of worst scenarios in Uganda. People that lack education, people that lack medical care. So those NGOs reach those people. So we also want to help these NGOs reach more people.
In this specific hackathon, I've learned the development process. How am I going to realize my idea? So many people have the idea, but putting it to work is sometimes the problem. But it has moved with us step by step on how you can draw a plan from paper to actually implementing a system that anyone can use and be able to benefit from it.
Thank you so much, HiPipo, for giving us this opportunity to continuously grow, connect with like-minded people, and also develop fintech solutions that are going to help our society in so many different ways. We cannot thank you enough, because every time that we come to these hackathons, we leave better than we actually came in.
It was a steep learning curve. When it comes to development, I got to learn React Native. I had never done React Native before, so that was a big check for me. So that was about it. It was a very awesome experience. I think I had the best teammates.
It has really been an exciting week being part of the Women in FinTech Hackathon. There's been a lot that I've been able to learn, but one that has stood out for me is the Mojaloop and Level 1 project that I didn't really know about, that was shared with us by the CEO of HiPipo, Mr. Innocent Kawoya. It has also been interesting meeting other ladies in the technology space, and I think the future is really bright for the women. So yay, we can do this. I would like to appreciate the team at HiPipo for giving us an opportunity to be in this hackathon, but more specifically for giving women an opportunity to take up their space in the tech space, because sometimes we take it for granted that there are many women. You know, when they said Women in FinTech Hackathon, I was, shocked or surprised to find that there were still some men there. But I think this is still a good step in the right direction. So I believe that as we continue with this and the opportunities that HiPipo provides, we shall have 100% women, for example, in this Women in FinTech Hackathon. So thank you, the team at HiPipo. We really appreciate this opportunity.
The celebration of the prototypes and the MVPs that have been produced by the different teams, the desire for all teams to see all the others collaborating and winning together, all speaks to the general communication and the most important thing we talk about every time, and that is interoperability, collaborating.
During the Women in FinTech Hackathon, we realized that we lacked in areas of marketing when we talked to people like Doreen from Bionic and people like Primella from MTN Uganda. And we realized that we have a lot to work on in pitching our products. I, for one, faced a challenge on our second day, whereby we were asked to give a pitch, but I got stuck. But right now, I could say confidently that I've come to a conclusion that during this hackathon, there is more to learn on how to pitch your product and how to deliver it to people, what will make people buy our product. We have decided that we're going to include Mojaloop because we saw it's a really resourceful thing, and we are trying to include everyone, interoperability for everyone.
During this hackathon, we have got many mentors, of which Premier Muthoni from MTN talked about product management. And as a product manager, I've learned that designing your product, you really have attracted the attention of the users. Like, how are your interfaces looking? Are they interactive? Are they responsive? Are they easy to use? So all these things I've been able to learn them in this hackathon thanks to HiPipo organization.
I'm so grateful for the mentorship sessions that were conducted by the amazing ladies that were presented to us. Miss Doreen, Mr. Malisali, Primera. The knowledge that they have in the market is so amazing, and I'm so grateful for HiPipo for this initiative.
From our facilitators and interactions with the different mentors, we're able to analyze the problem statement, the mind map, the data model, and adjust it in such a way that it is actually addressing each and every single issue that our solution is meant to achieve.
I'd like to thank HiPipo and all the sponsors that are working with HiPipo, Mojaloop, the Level 1 project, Cross-Lake Technologies, and everyone that has helped HiPipo put up this whole event for us. This is where you realize that women can actually lead. Long ago, this was not a thing, but right now we are really proving to people that women are powerful.
The hackathon was this was a great opportunity for a software developer actually, because in most cases, as software developers make a mistake of the moment you understand the problem, you just go on to start coding. So you find yourself doing trial and error, then you end up wasting a lot of time.
The hackathon is so important for software developers. I want to take my sincere appreciation to the CEOs and organizers of this hackathon. Yeah, thank you so much for the good work done. And I urge them at least to organize this maybe on a quarterly basis.
In this hackathon, we've learned about how to do use cases, mind mapping, and we've tried to develop the idea, and we have an MVP. So we developed it using Kotlin and Java in Android Studio.
In developing this application in this hackathon, we've learned so many things, not just about the programming but also life skills. We've had many trainers teaching us about how to raise funds, to people to invest in an idea. And so we hope that in the field, we are going to do better.
One thing I remember about Damalisali, he told us how to create ideas and introduce them to people so that they can give us feedback. And we implement our ideas and starting small with what we have.
We want to thank HiPipo for this gathering of young ladies in FinTech. We learned a lot. Also working as a team, we grew better as individuals and as a team. Thank you so much, the organizers, the presenters. We learned a lot. Everything was good. We thank HiPipo so much.
I have learned a lot in mobile application development in the second FinTech organized by HiPipo. So I believe that if they can organize more and more, we can actually learn, because in development we have many languages and you cannot get them all in one. So these fintechs or these hackathons help us a lot. I have learned a lot from mentors, from development. After making up your mind, structuring it out on a paper before you start coding, it has been really a good experience for all of us.
I take this opportunity to offer my deepest gratitude to the mentors who taught us about financial inclusion, project management, and how to structure our pitches in a way that we get to pitch in 1 minute. Yeah, we went through dry runs pitching our products, and we were taught a lot on how to do that, to speak publicly and let others know what we are developing. Special thanks to Madame Damalisali, Primera, Namara Kathy. I'm so grateful to have been part of this.
This being my second time here, I would like to thank HiPipo for this opportunity. I thank Mr. Kamia Simon for guiding us. I thank Mrs. Damalisali. I thank Mr. Innocent Kawia, CEO of HiPipo, for this opportunity. We've learned a lot, and I'm so thankful for my team here.
So working with them remotely, we've been able to work with her remotely, getting us this. It's really been a struggle. But like I said, the hackathon leadership has given us mentors. They have calmed us down. They have taught us. We have learned to collaborate. And eventually we have been able to have the prototype working like we had projected it and mind mapped it on day 1 and day 2. I would like to thank HiPipo, first of all, on 3 fronts, for believing in women, for believing in young people, and for according them the dignity. There are times you walk into a learning space and people treat you like you don't know anything. You come maybe a few minutes late and maybe they make you really feel inferior, adding on sometimes already the self-doubt that startups already have. So I haven't experienced that. It has been home, it has been warm, it has been like we want to hold your hand along the way. We want to how can we support you? How can we help you? I have not felt this in a long time. I want to thank you so much, HiPipo, the hospitality, the willingness to teach us. You've been online up to 2 in the night to submit something and someone is there to receive it and give you feedback without bashing you. I can't thank that. That's really priceless. So thank you very much. I wish this hackathon can be so more often, like quarterly maybe, to allow more people, and then also reach in regional places in Uganda to give other ladies out there an opportunity.
I really want to thank HiPipo for organizing the hackathon. It has been really a good experience. I've gotten to learn new stuff. I did not know. I've always loved technology, but I've not been like so skilled, but at least I have some few skills that I've gotten from here, and I hope to pick on from that to even go and do other things and dive into technology because it's interesting. And getting here to see all those ladies out there, they are so brilliant, they're so smart. I was so blown away. I did not know that we had like such amazing ladies in the technology world. Like, it was really mind-blowing. I loved everything. I loved the food. I loved the hospitality. I love the facilitators, the educators. It has been really good. I thank you so much for such an event.
The different mentors in the hackathon: Miss Damali Sali, Madam Cleopatra, Mrs. Catherine Namara. They've been so good to me. I've learned a lot. Apart from the technical perspective, I've been educated on actually how to be a lady and to stand out and to speak for yourself and to be confident about who you are. So the hackathon has been a great experience for me. As a new beginner in coding for the past few months, I've actually learned a lot of things I didn't know. Digital financial services providers, open source software like Mojaloop. So the hackathon has been a great deal for me.
It has been a great opportunity for me joining the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon, and I can tell you that now I'm able to apply what I learn in class. In class, it has been more of theory, and you always don't have time to practice, sit down, learn more, research. But now I can tell you that I've really learned a lot. I'm able to apply, do stuff, code, actually what we have been learning. And I must tell you, it was this time that I didn't sleep at night trying to draw the diagram.
I've never been a team lead my whole life. It's my first time.
So after a lot of hard work in this hackathon for the past 8 days, sleepless nights, trying out languages we've not been used to, we have our baby on this phone right here. This is our application. And with time, as our innovation is going to be built successfully, you'll be able to come out and refund you money to your business.
It's my very first time to engage myself in a hackathon that is fully for women, and it's very impressive to find that the majority of the participants are ladies, and they are very happy about participating in the FinTech Hackathon, and that's very encouraging. I'd like to applaud them and encourage other people out there, like our governments, our schools, and the other big stakeholders out there, to encourage girls to participate in technology, and most especially FinTech.
I'm so grateful and so humbled to be part of FinTech in this year. My experience about this intake is that it has taught us a lot. It has also taught me that women can also make it towards technology, because most of the hackathons that I have attended before, like the one I had the other year, were most of the people were gentlemen. And in my team particularly, I was the only girl, I was the only lady who was participating, and then the rest of them, most of them were gents. So this hackathon mainly has really taught me that even as girls, we can get involved and we can do something towards technology, because it's mainly for women.
From this experience, I've learned that women are really passionate about technology, and it's something that sets my heart on fire. It's a great thing to see women wanting to take up space and women being given the space that they deserve.
and women taking the opportunities by the horns. And seeing women come up with all these wonderful solutions has been a great experience altogether. I've enjoyed mingling with all these people and learning from everyone. And it's been great to finally meet people after the COVID break. Given the fact that I met most people online, and finally getting to meet them physically has been great. I'd like to extend my gratitude to HiPipo for the opportunity extended to us, for the chance to learn and the chance to grow, all the mentorship that has been given to us, the chance to work as a team and grow amongst other people.
So it has been an amazing interaction with women. So women, I have come to discover that women really have great and amazing ideas. From what I have seen from the various teams that have been here for this hackathon, and women really have a great deal to change this world. So the hackathon has been prepared in a way that we bring our ideas on board and we figure out how we are going to come up with them. And the HiPipo Women-in-Tech Hackathon has made it much easier for us because they have been able to give us what we have to deliver on a daily basis. And this has given us an opportunity to plan efficiently on what we can deliver every day, to plan on how we can go about our ideas, and the various things that they have been teaching us, they have been presenting to us, have enabled us to make slight changes to make our applications a little bit more beautiful, a little bit more functional. So this program has been so helpful to me. It is my first hackathon, but I believe the experiences I've gotten from this hackathon will have given me courage to be alert and to always wait, to be able to participate in any other upcoming hackathon so that I can be able to learn and gain more experiences as far as technology and most especially financial technology is concerned.
I found the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon very amazing. It has been a very good learning process for me. I love learning, so this has been a mind-blowing experience. Because if the time I came in here, I didn't know what to expect. The whole team came in on Saturday, so I was among the rest of the team that came in on Saturday. But in what I've learned here is that even though you didn't come to learn necessarily, each day you have to go out with something. So day after day, I think I'm a changed person from what I've learned so far. There is no way I've left this place the same way. Women in FinTech, the teams that I've met here, very brilliant ideas. It shows you that as the world is advancing technologically, there are always other means to ease people's convenience in using any platform and the knowledge you have, because we live in the society, so we can see the problems they have and then decide on which ideas to help them with, not forgetting that we have to communicate and interact with them so that we get to know their requirements, so that the processes and the solutions we have can be useful to them. So all in all, this has been a truly amazing experience, and I'll be very glad to take part in another.
Personally, I had never attended a hackathon, and HiPipo gave me an opportunity to attend a one-week experience with fellow coders and also meeting new people. People who have taught us about new things and also experiences. It has been really an amazing one, and we promise to keep coming back if the opportunity is given to us, and also build our product based on what we have learned. In a special way, I want to thank HiPipo, Mojaloop, Level 1 Project, and Women-in-FinTech for giving us the opportunity to express our idea and also to learn new things about what women can really do.
While the 5 days, I enjoyed the mentorship session that was offered by Cleopatra and Simon, among which there was this API session. It was just it was mind-opening. I had learned how to integrate the APIs and use them in my backend. I also, something that was so interesting about this whole session, I learned how to prototype using PowerPoint. It was like take home.
One thing I learned most about the level 1 principles was the same-day settlement. Now, how this happens is, once Mojaloop looks up the accounts and successfully transfers money from the payer to the payee, what it does is that it has to ensure that it balances both the payee and the payer's account on the same day. Yeah, so that is mostly what I learned about it. It does not wait for the next day, it does it instantly in the same day.
As Team Affinity, by the time the hackathon started, we had our product idea, but then we didn't know how to implement it. But through the different sessions, we actually got to learn what we could integrate within our system. And through that, we came up with a new application. It has really been sleepless nights for the team as we try to come up with both the front end and the back end.
Thank you, HiPipo, for the opportunity, and we hope to come back for season 3 big and better.
It has been an amazing 6 days throughout this journey. Well, at first we were overwhelmed by the shortlisting. We actually, sincerely speaking, we never expected it. We are glad that our ideas were put into consideration. Thank you so much, HiPipo, and we are looking forward to our wider journey from this. My best parts of all this were the interactions, because I like interacting with people. I took time to talk to my facilitator. Thanks to Mom Cleo. She told me to stop calling her mom, but she has been a mentor throughout this whole journey. Also, working with my team was amazing. There are times whereby things were challenging. There are times whereby we had to work on time, midnight, calls. Oh my God, there are very many times I've been waking up at 2, 3. Angela, where is the diagram? Angela, please send this. Angela, what? It has been tough, but I embrace all the hard times I went through.
This FinTech hackathon has taught me really a lot. I've learned to go step by step before really getting into the code, because that's the most challenge we have as programmers. We rush to coding before documenting what you have to code. So I really learned that standing up to speak in many people, it was really great, and it was really a great experience. So another thing I've learned, I've networked with people, I've gotten many friends, so that was really good. So I would love to extend my appreciation to the HiPipo. It was a wonderful experience. We've been treated well, we've been shown the care. Apart from the coding, we've really been shown the care. So thank you so much, and I wish this hackathon to continue.
And I'm glad that I'm part of this team. So in the previous days, we've been in this hackathon. Actually, this is my first hackathon, I would say. Yes, my first hackathon, and it's been a learning journey. Every day is a learning journey for me. Just like other people have been sharing, I've also learned about documentation actually throughout this process, and I'm glad actually, because I've gone to meet people. I've met people who are interested in what I'm interested in, and I've networked with people who are learning exactly the same technologies that I'm learning. And we have also built something just in a few days, and me seeing this working, it's really amazing. And the facilitators were good, and all the team members who were involved, actually that's all the teams that were shortlisted and we are competing with, we are all good. And I also learned that this is not a battlefield. We are here to learn from each other. Yeah. And whatever comes through, yes, it's a learning moment.
Thank you, HiPipo, for this amazing experience. It has really been great. Thank you for empowering young women in the society. You've not left us the same, and we promise to go out there and spread the power to other women in the community.
Initially, I had only the theory part of it. Now, attending the hackathon has seen me get the practical bit of it, because there are a lot of teams that have participated who have different products that have incorporated the level 1 principles in them. It helped me learn how interoperability works on ground in the space, leave alone the theory bit of it. We have people that are designing for schools, for women, for children, for all this agriculture, and they're interoperating with all the different players in the tech space. We have the telecoms, the banks involved, and yeah, I've seen that. I've also learned a bit about development. Yeah, I'm not from a dev background, but I've learned a little bit about it. Like, we learned how to make prototypes. Yeah, so it was a great achievement for me as someone who didn't know how it all works. It has been a wonderful experience for me, and I believe attending this has pushed me, and I've been inspired by all the teams that have participated,
in the hackathon. I have gotten to learn from them. I have also made connections with different people. That is important, networking. I would love to thank HiPipo with their partners, Mojaloop Foundation, Motorsports, Crosslake Technologies, the Level 1 project, and also the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful experience for me.
The most interesting bit in the hackathon has been how we are going to promote social media to market our platforms. We are now we've learned how to subscribe to digital V cards so we can purchase and promote our products online through social marketing. This is going to open up more sales for our retail buyers who buy on our online shop, and we are really grateful for this addition in our marketing strategy.
So we're able to learn a lot of good stuff from the makers. First of all, we improved especially on the database design that we were taught. So we improved more on that, and our ERDs were really communicating this time. So the second thing is that this time the mentors focused on the girl child, and the mentors were from empowering the girl child. So we hope to see more women in the fintech world and also coming up with new innovations.
It's my first time attending the Women in FinTech Hackathon, and I must say it's one of the best experiences to see, just to exist in a space with women who are trying to change the world. Of course, we are beginning small with Uganda, but I'm sure we shall get there. I'm so optimistic about the future. Overall, I'm grateful for the mentors, especially the women that talk to us about a few things: project management, financial inclusion. I'm grateful for Girls to Girls, which empowers women and girls everywhere. So this year, unlike my friends who have been here before, I'm so proud of the content we put out there, what we stand for, and what we've managed to build within the 5 days that we've been here. I got encouragement from a few people that I can do anything, because DevOps and system analyst is one of my passions. But because there are not so many female DevOps out there, I thought I couldn't stand in a room with men. But now I have confidence from the women that have stood in front of me and are changing lives and are doing great things. I'm able to do what I want to do, and yeah, I'm super grateful to HiPipo for arranging this amazing hackathon.
Everything is new, especially the way we are solving problems now. We already have the skills. Because last time we came, almost after the first mentor, we all dropped our ideas and we started thinking, getting new ideas, because so they talked those ideas out from us. Like, you come, we was like, I'm going to create an app covering school fees, covering what. Then you realize that school fees itself alone is a problem. You have to go deep and first solve that before you jump into that. So this time we came prepared. Some of us, we knew what exactly we are supposed to do. Like, you have to include everyone in whatever you are doing. So that solve problem skills, I've acquired that.
I would like to thank HiPipo for this opportunity to participate in this year's Women in FinTech Hackathon. And personally, we are grateful. Like, as parents, you can end the year without adding anything, especially to your career. But when we have such hackathons, we can to concentrate and even add more skills to our bucket, other than remaining back home and just do the caring for the kids. So we would like to participate more and more of these hackathons. Like I said, they help us grow. We don't normally have the estimated time to grow our career. So we look forward to coming next year.
The women-led teams, 6 of them being announced as winners, and seeing all the others being excited about them winning and being able to get support to go forward and design their systems and solutions much better is all the promise for us. and the demand and the sign of so much demand to keep doing what we're doing as HiPipo and our partners. We are headed to the next step of the Women in FinTech initiative, and that is the first of its kind, Women in FinTech Incubator, that is going to run for 90 days. And this is going to see the top 6 teams all getting mentored and trained in all ways of how to run a FinTech innovation successfully and sustainably to serve and include everyone.
We are Team Pesajet, and right now we are just from the Women in Hackathon Summit. We are so excited because we are among the top 3 teams. Why are we so excited? We didn't expect this because during the hackathon, all the teams, the 16 teams, had great ideas. We didn't expect to be among the top 3, but we are so excited and feel fulfilled, and the fact that we are going to be part of the Women in Incubator.
It's my first hackathon, and the experience has been amazing. The facilitators have been good. Simon and Cleopatra have imparted a lot of education onto me. I have learned a lot. My mindset has changed.
We joined this hackathon with just an idea that we hadn't yet put into development. And even as we had a problem statement, we were not sure of how exactly it would be.
I am really humbled to have had the opportunity to be a mentor to these ladies. To everyone, to he or she who gives value, value must be given. And I use the word must because as long as you are adding value to somebody in your life, whether it be at home, whether it be in this room, whether it be a customer, you are required to get value back. That could be in revenue, that could be in a job promotion, that could be in your next big leap. But please remember, to he or she who gives value, value must be given. And if you look at what this opportunity has created for you, it's creating value in the sense that you are learning something new. And even, people talk about age, but we are always students. The minute you stop learning, the minute you stop, being curious, that's the end. Stay curious, seek out opportunities like this to learn, because we are always evolving and there's always something new that the world has to throw at us or teach us. Understand who you want to speak to. If you are building an app, you need to ask yourself, who's going to use the app? Do they know how to use it? What is the literacy level? Even for the farmers that have a smartphone, how tech savvy do you think they are to be able to press this, to be able to progress? So there are a lot of things that you have to take into consideration in trying to help someone understand the value of what you're giving them. For every new product that you want to launch, identify a set of people who you can test it out with and gather feedback. One of the most powerful tools about fintech, about digital solutions, is the data. Because where you have cash, it's hard for you to track how frequently somebody buys, how frequently somebody sells. And so with a tool like Mojaloop, you have all that information in one place, right? So just identify, if you're focusing primarily on, let's say, expectant mothers, you find a hospital where you'd find the expectant mothers. Identify a handful of those women and include them in your pilot. I mean, thinking about the grit that I have seen, the confidence, the innovation, it has given me the kind of boost that I would want to be able to do this over and over and over again. In my mentorship sessions to some of these ladies in the most recent past, I've talked to them about selling value, how you define and build solutions that are actually solving a particular problem, how you articulate that and express it to the customer that you want to sell it to, but also how you articulate that to investors. What exactly is it that you're building and for whom? And I think that I have seen how that has been taken to heart and adapted in their presentations today. I have really seen the best of the best that has come through the youth. And so I think for me, the resounding sentence is, to she who gives value, value must be given. And then we need to get out of the way. We need to let these young innovators do what they do best, because trust you me, they're doing it even better than we could have ever anticipated.
Today has been amazing. The Women in FinTech Hackathon has been very insightful. I've looked at the participants. These groups of young girls have really amazing ideas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Namone Brenda Tabitha. I'm a woman in tech, a final year student at Makerere University Business School. I'm a lover of women communities, and I'm a communities lead at a startup called WAPI. You can find us at www.wapi.ug. Today, I'm here in my capacity as the team lead of Team Moves. We have a solution called Kamani that was earlier on introduced. I will not say much more about that. But overall, I'm glad to be here today, and I hope to learn and share more with you.
Emily, please. Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Sonia Nakage, a student at Mount St. Mary's College Namagunga, and also the CEO and co-founder of eMoments Limited. And we came here with our solution called Pesajet, which has provided a service for farmers called Farm More to just help farmers to farm more.
Okay, please, show me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm called Mariam Havila Mirembe. I am a software developer, a student at Makerere University doing software engineering. I come from Team Grow Biz. We grow businesses. We offer, we offer loans to small and medium enterprises. That's what our innovation is about. I'm not going to go into details. I am so thankful for the Women in Tech Hackathon, as you're going to know my experience in a few minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
And I look back at the time, maybe 10 years ago, it's around the time I was in university. We did not have things like this, where you come out and talk about challenges that are actually happening to people. These groups are actually trying to solve for things that are the real-time problems, the challenges they face, the challenges their parents have faced. Just out of the interest of time, I will not comment on that, but I'll just go straight to Damali. How do we improve access to mobile financial transaction accounts?
I think access in itself has been made easy. Anyone with a national ID, which most people do, can actually get a mobile account. That's just it. So access has been made easy. The problem that's in the room is that if I do not have an actual physical phone, why would I need a SIM card? So even if I do have an ID and I want a mobile account number, but I don't have a phone, so I won't even bother to go get the account. So while it's been made very easy for someone to get a mobile account and can, I guess, transact, as long as I don't have that physical tool, that basic phone, then I won't be able to get a mobile account, so I won't even transact. So we need to make a phone something so cheap in Uganda that anyone from the poorest, well, actually it's just the poor that we want, because the rich ones can't afford to buy their iPhones, but the poorest person can actually afford to buy a phone. Because until someone has a phone, it doesn't matter that it's easy to get an account. I need the phone. So we need to make that. Someone has to have the phone to be able to then get an account.
Yeah, such events and initiatives are really insightful and give opportunity especially to people, especially women, young women, to come out and speak their voices, bring out ideas, put it out there for people who are in, policy making places, regulators, different players in the ecosystem. I really hope that fintechs do hear what these challenges are and pay attention to these groups of people, support them, provide a framework that naturally supports their growth. And it's not just another situation where, someone has a dream, they have so much energy building it up, and after some time it's crushed because of things like funding, or someone did not just believe in them. Financial inclusion, I think it's best that someone who understands the problem most just designs the product for it. So if these girls at this point are able to understand that, in our economy, it's quite hard to find building material. In our economy, it's quite hard to get, farming products. Like if you're buying things from town, they're pretty expensive. But how about the farmer in Nakasongola? How are they going to bring their merchandise here? They're selling it for really cheap, but they're not really gaining from it. And these are very practical examples, because if we are, predominantly a farming country, 48% of the people, of the adult population, deals in farming. So things like that really, address the real issue of the country. And I think it's just good that we're out here discussing it openly. And, I urge every woman out there who has the voice to just keep talking about it until people know, who are in the places to know that there's an action that is needed. actually do perform the action.
Today has been really, really interesting. I'm glad that we've come to the end of the hackathon. I was particularly impressed with the panel of the members of the hackathon, and what they said, I felt like I took away quite a lot. First of all, they were very happy they'd gotten the skills. And they were ready to take it further. They were happy that they had gotten the training. They were happy with the quality of the training, which I thought was very interesting. They felt that they had been engaged, they had been trained properly. They felt that this is something now they feel they can take forward. And for me, that was really, really a happy takeaway, because our biggest problem in Uganda is that we do have programmers and coders, but they're mostly men. Barely 1% of them are actually women. So with this, we have a pipeline of young women who are definitely going to be taking up the development space, the coding space, and that will help the country as a whole. Because if we don't have these young women given this opportunity of being skilled to do this work, it means we will never have a tech space that actually includes women. So for me, this providing a pipeline of women who are taught coding, these skills, it gives a very optimistic view of where we are now going, and especially because they're young. I was also very happy about them being offered the incubator for the next 90 days, because I feel like, of course, we need to capture on this momentum, and we need to make sure they don't fall back, that they can continue. And it's been given to the top 6. So the 6 that have the most optimistic products are going to be given this 90-day incubation, and they were all very happy to actually receive it. So I'm glad and optimistic about that. But I feel, and several of them actually mentioned it at the panel, that it's not, there's so much need. The gap is so wide. This is the first time all of them have been involved in a hackathon. So we need to do more. It has to be bigger. It has to be offered to more girls. And when I look at what has happened in the COVID pandemic, you have seen that the girls who haven't gone to school, they were reporting 20,000 teenage girls have actually gotten pregnant. These opportunities of hackathons give girls a chance, a skilling, a tooling that they can even employ themselves in future. So I find that this is a wonderful, wonderful initiative. And then I've also got, I think on the panel I was on, we talked about the legal framework, and that's very important. It's something that we actually have to work on as a country. But players in this space definitely have to advocate for. As long as we have an ecosystem, a digital ecosystem, which doesn't encourage people to play in it, it means it will never grow. So we need to look at the cost of transacting through digital transactions.
I'm so grateful to have been chosen to be a facilitator for the various teams that signed up. You need to have the product first, not like she's not saying have it like fully developed and everything like that, but just know the product that you're going to develop. At least maybe it should be somewhere along the way. Then you should know the prices. Okay, because definitely as you're going to promote, people are going to be asking you how much. Yeah, and then the channels, like the place, where are you going to sell? Is it online? Are you going to have specific points? If it's mobile money, are you going to have merchants all over the place? How many in a region? Stuff like that. So Maria gets it, but I thank you all for your inputs. It's been a fruitful discussion on that. Yeah, it's been quite a journey right from the start, getting to meet the teams, and they were mostly females. Yeah, and it was refreshing actually. Yeah, to be able to work with young ladies that very motivated, ready to take it all home and put in the work. Okay, yeah, so it's been excellent, and they've been taught the basics of project management. We've had so many mentors. I've worked with another facilitator who's very awesome with API integration, Simon. Yeah, and we've got to create synergies with different professionals in the software development space, which has been a very good experience. Yeah, so we took them through a number of activities, which included understanding the problem that they're trying to solve.
I really want to thank HiPipo and all the players in this space for creating an environment where these women can thrive, where these conversations can be had over and over and over again. I am excited to have been part of the journey from the word go. And I think it's been very clear that women have started during the first hackathon. have come to through multiple hackathons and have eventually gotten to a place where they've even got an investment in some of their innovations. So to those who may not have won today, I say keep at it. It's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up. And with all the skills and the lessons that have been learned and the community and the camaraderie that has been built through these different events, I am even more confident that those who may not have won this time around have learned something new, but are also going to challenge themselves to do even better. So it's about continuously pushing and striving for what you want to achieve. And trust me, you will get it.
It's very good to attend to females that are adopting technology. Now, one of the challenges we have, females tend to lay back when it comes to advanced items that they are supposed to get to, especially things that command what computer systems do. Now, when joining or starting the facilitation, you would find that many people were anxious and they didn't know what to do. Actually, they thought maybe things are not going to work out well. But with a daily delivery, with a daily follow-up of a particular task that they are supposed to get, they get to know that things are easy. Without women getting to know their roles and few things that they are supposed to be following in technology, you'll find that they'll always stop at the idea generation part. It doesn't require you to have knowledge about any technical things concerning technology, but what is the start when you're incubating an idea? And try to find things that are brief. Like I've said, easy edu, get, pay well. You get it, eh? Now, Izera Edu Bank could be a product of Izera Edu. Even if I'm using PesaJet, I can pay a teacher who is on Izera.
It's a platform of sorts.
Yes, because Izera is dealing with teachers, but I as PesaJet am dealing with everyone. Now, Izera has an organized structure of teachers. Do I really need to go and register teachers? Because the same teachers that are on Izera are my customers buying airtime. So what do? I partner with Izera and I make sure even the same teachers can buy airtime on the Izera platform, or they can get paid if they already have the PesaJet app. The money will still come back to Izera. How do you open up? You start with the idea, you find a problem, then you get the idea to solve the problem. Then you draw a map that, okay, this is going to be my journey. These are the things I expect to have. So you're gathering information. Then you prototype. Now you've started solving. The moment you start prototyping, you've started solving. And then you must have a minimum viable product. The problem is most of the attendants, most of the participants could be having very many solutions and lack focus. So an MVP is a good guide for you to focus on at least one or two items that are relevant. Then you come to what are the first things you're supposed to consider and what are the other things. For example, technology is regulated by us, is regulated by the company policies. Who do you pay back? When do you pay back? Okay? Who are your target market? Now, the technology you design does not know who your target market is. It's you who drives it to that. And that's the experience we've been having with the Women in FinTech. It's very exciting to have people make solutions that include everyone, make solutions that follow the level 1 principles, make solutions that are embedded with Mojaloop as a whole.
I would like to thank HiPipo for creating this space, for allowing us to have a voice in this space, for being open to innovation. The first day I met the founder, creator of HiPipo, he said, you're looking to get into the space of fintech as a lawyer? I said, yes, I am. And then he said, I'll talk to you. We have some initiatives going that I believe you should be a part of. I felt that, okay, let's wait and see. But what has happened today has taught me that first of all, there's amazing people out there. There's amazing workspaces. There's amazing organizations. When he called me to be on the panel, I was thinking, oh, okay, this is big, And I'm glad that it has turned out to be simply amazing. As a lawyer, I would like to, first of all, explain regulation and societal norms. Regulation refers to the laws, the principles, the guidelines that are passed by Parliament that determine how we as people operate in different fields. Who writes the laws? Human beings write the laws. These human beings are representatives of you. Now, when these human beings write the law, the higher human beings, which are the member of parliament, pass the law, and the highest, which is the president, signs the law. So when you understand how regulation works, you will understand that regulation is the document that represents the spirit of our nation and our people. So for me, when it comes to barriers to women in this space, there are various barriers, as Damali and Cleopatra and Doreen have spoken about. But many of those barriers, for instance, having the money itself, having a mobile phone, buying data, those barriers can be included for both men and women. There are men without money. There are men without phones, by the way. There are men without data, surprisingly, But the barrier to me that affects women in specific in this space is the perception of the society when it comes to women and finance. Many times, the unsaid silent killers are the ones that affect everything else. Until, as a community and a society, we start to see women in finance differently, then very little will change. Because our laws will remain gender biased, our processes will be gender biased, our policies will be gender biased, we'll be stuck. So to me, the foundation of this problem is our perspective. As women and as men who deal and live and work with women, I want to communicate to all the women that will watch this recording and say that it's time for our voice to be heard. As women, we do communicate with each other and with people that we are marginalized, left behind. There's no gender-based programs for us. But I'd like to communicate that the only way to not be left behind is to speak up. So speak up wherever you are and show up and let your voice be heard.
Thank you so much, HiPipo, for giving us such an opportunity, but particularly me to be able to moderate a group of brilliant ladies. For me, I think the panel discussion was very diverse. We have someone from trade, we have a lawyer, we had someone from payments, we had someone from typically technical background, which was a very, very good mix. We were able to touch on different parts of it's the same topic, but different aspects of what could actually affect the women financial inclusion. So it's been very, very interesting. I really hope that this keeps going on. I hope that numbers grow bigger, and it's a very, very good cause. 10 years from now, we shall look back and know that HiPipo started this and started a very, very strong drive and financial inclusion for women.
I think it's been fantastic that HiPipo has been able to do this as the second season, and I'm hoping that they can, take this further, scale it. I mean, I wish we had like 50 teams or 500 teams. That's how big I think it should be, because we have so many women here. And I want to thank HiPipo for thinking of just dedicating this to women, because that's important. Whenever there's an inequality, you have to take a deliberate effort to correct that inequality. And by HiPipo doing this hackathon just for women, they're correcting that. So I want to thank them for thinking about it and trying to solve this problem from the root, because we can't solve the problem of women not being involved in tech if we just talk about it. You have to solve it by actually taking some action, and this action includes you training and skilling them and the young ones so that you can get that. So that's why I'm really, really grateful to HiPipo that they're doing this, and they didn't just do it once they've done it the second season. I'm hoping that I'll be able to see them in season 20 still doing, and by then we will have a very powerful tech space full of very intelligent, innovative Ugandan women. So I really give thanks to HiPipo and its partners, Mojaloop Foundation, Cross-Select Technologies, the one project that they work with. Because I think actually even in the training, I've been told by the girls that they get the training from experts who are, giving them, world-class training from the latest technology.
I want to say thank you to HiPipo and partners, and let's keep this going. We've created, HiPipo has created an avenue that is championing and leveraging inclusion for all, especially the marginalized groups, just like we've seen, because it's the fintech has been targeting women especially. So let's get the ball rolling. It shouldn't just stop here. And definitely the CEO has talked about life after the hackathon, which is very important for the winning teams and even the teams that didn't manage to make it to the 6 top spots.
We are just from attending the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon. We are so excited right now as you see us. It has really been a wonderful journey, an amazing experience, and we can't say it all, but we are really so happy. It's a dream come true.
Hi, we're so excited. We're Team Pampe. We were able to emerge among the 5 best teams. We're so excited. We didn't actually expect this, but God is so great. Thank you.
I'm Efrance Eunice Namugenyi at Team Kuzimba Services. I'm super excited. Being the winning team has been so overwhelming. I am still overwhelmed, but big ups to God for what He has done.
We are so excited to have been part of the Women-in-FinTech of this year. We are so overwhelmed because we didn't see this coming. We didn't expect to be among the top 4 teams because it was our first time to participate. But we are so excited about everything that has been told to us. We are so thankful to everyone, and we can't wait for the incubation of the 90 days to do more with our product.
We are so excited to have been part of the 6 teams that won in the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon 2021. Thank you so much at HiPipo for having given us this chance.
As a team, I'm so grateful for the opportunity given to us by HiPipo. And I think the main reason why we won was because our product was unique. Giving loans to low-income farmers to be able to increase in their production. So I'm so grateful for HiPipo for its initiative.
What has made us the winning team really is the fact that the mentors came in, the tutors that we had during the sessions, the instructors really gave us keen advice, and we kept on noting whatever they were saying, and we would spend the night working on it. Then the teamwork has really been awesome. We had a great team. We would listen to each other, respect each other, and divide out tasks. So each person had a task to complete in a particular time.
Can't wait to join the incubator. I'm expecting a lot. Learning new programming languages and finishing our product. The special thing about our product, we integrated a card, that is the ATM card. I think that's why we are part of the winning teams.
We plan to use the money that we earned from the Women-in-FinTech Hackathon to grow and invest in our business, because we have different kinds of things that we do, but we want to mainly focus on PesaJet and making sure that any person can use it to make payments.
We were planning of getting a machine that actually makes pavers, so we can have that background cash running as we keep looking for clients and as we keep branding ourselves and taking ourselves out to the market. So that machine is, I think, almost all about the money that we have won, but it will take us further.
We look forward to taking part in the Women Incubator this year, and we can't really wait to get to know very many people and help our business grow.
Our plan is to have our system running on better servers and also register our company and also be able to market our product.
We can't wait for the program of the incubator to be able to learn more about how to register our businesses, how to market, how to run businesses, and to get to know these things from the people already in the ecosystem, like Miss Doreen, who works at Bionic. And we want to say thank you very much, HiPipo, for this opportunity to learn, to connect, to grow. And we can't wait to go back to our schools and be able to share this with more women so that we can have more women join the FinTech.
It's been a great experience, and I want to say a very big thank you to HiPipo for giving us this opportunity to participate in this hackathon. And we look forward to many more of this, to learn from many more mentors and build on our solution for the future.
We as Team Green Shares want to say thank you to HiPipo and its partners, Mojaloop Foundation, Modaspokes, Crosslake Tech, and the Level 1 project, and also our generous sponsors, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Well, for all the ladies, the FinTech Queen, I cannot say thank you enough, and I cannot equally congratulate you enough, because you're all winners. We celebrate you as the women teams and the individuals that you are. You're great women, and it's reason why you deserve to be called FinTech Queens anywhere you go in the world. As HiPipo, we're committed to supporting all of you, not only learning financial technology and Mojaloop and Level 1 project, but generally on all matters, digital innovation and digital financial service. We remain your reliable partner and friend, supporter and cheerleader, and we promise to keep supporting you to become the best you can ever be in the digital innovation space. Thank you so much to all of you that participated. And I can't go without thanking our generous sponsors, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation through the Level 1 Project Initiative. Thank you for supporting this. We couldn't do this without you. And to our partners, Mojaloop Foundation, Modaspokes, Crosslake Technologies, Club Changaza, and everyone in the FinTech space, Jumo World, Bionic, and everyone that made it to this year's Women in FinTech Hackathon and Summit. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you again next year for season 3, better, bigger, and more innovatively, as we see women-led teams create the first ever instant and inclusive payment hub and switch for East Africa. Thank you so much.